Alright, as you can see, we've got this Porsche Cayenne came in, Porsche Cayenne came in, and body shop had it. Dent guy tried to do some hail damage repair on it and failed miserably, and so I was called in to try and salvage this thing. Insurance adjuster was not happy. Customer hasn't seen the car yet at this point, and at this point I'm only going to show you the worst stuff on this car. There was a ton of stuff that needed reworking. Well, probably 60 dents total on the car that needed reworking, but we were called in to try to salvage this thing to keep it from being painted basically all over. And you can see this nasty work, which is not going to be easy. A lot of these dents have wrapped around the brace or the edge of the doors and other areas, and some just shoddy repairs like you see right there on that door. And so we're gonna have to create some magic to get this thing back to acceptable. But I believe that you're going to see that here shortly when we show you the afters, that we've done quite the job in restoring this thing back to its almost original condition. You see one behind the quarter glass there, he just pulled it high with a volcano in the center. This thing was absolutely sharp as it could be. I have no idea. That's the one thing whatever tech this was that did this repair was good at. That sucker could pull a sharp high spot with glue. I need to learn that from him. Here you see the roof. One of about 15 dents, 20 dents on the roof that needed rework. This was the worst one right there on the edge. You guys have seen this before. A little off focus there, but we'll get her dialed in. There we go. You can see how nasty that is. Atrocious. So here are the afters. There's that front door. I'm going to show you. Looks good from all angles. I took a lot of attention on this door and the roof because those were the two main spots that looked the worst, especially right there at the handle. That thing was just nasty looking, and we got it out. This is one of the reasons that being able to effectively sand and polish, of course I had to do a ton of rework on these dents to get them right, but also knowing how to sand and polish correctly, or cut and buff, whatever you want to call it, will greatly enhance your results. If you screw up the repair or just don't do a completely fantastic job, or if you have to salvage something like this. I ended up making a ton of money on this, and they were way happy to pay it to keep the car from being painted. And this is a high-end body shop that used to use me several years ago, but you know what, even high-end shops feel the pinch and feel like they need to go cheaper, and they did that, and now they're paying for it. And I don't believe this tech will be called again. You see above the handle there, looks good. Tiny little wave there. We could call that inherent in the body panel. That on that rear door, I could have spent a little more time on it, but where it's at, it's not going to be seen. And you see the quarter there behind the glass where we had this volcano effect. Looks good. Right here on the quarter where it was really munched up, we got that knocked down, flattened out, a little bit of cut and buff, and it is most definitely passable. Now onto this rail. You can see a tiny pit on the middle left part of your screen, not pit, but tiny high spot. They're painting this rail. There were two dents in the very front of the rail that had cracked paint, so they were going to body work that. They're going to clear over this entire rail. It's a little bit seedy, but looks really good, as you can see from where this tech had destroyed this rail. And now the last is the roof. We can see that looks good. just a tiny bit of wiggle there. It's a struggle to get, when somebody mangles something like that, it's a struggle to make it look exactly right. But anyway, you see the results, and I'm going to make this into a YouTube video to show customers what to be afraid of. Thanks for watching.